because the way of the world, this is another one of those memes. And it's true. It's kind of true that we go through seasons, right? We go through a season, and we go through another season. We go through another season. And it's true. Some things are just here for a season. That season's over. That event, that person, that relationship, that whatever is gone. That season's over. But there's something in the kingdom that Joseph discovered, that, and this is the word that I think we all need to hear, there's a change coming. Not seasonal change, but there's a change to, we see seasons as our past, that was a season, our present, this is a season, our future, that's a season. And there's something different. The more that you grow in your walk with Jesus, the more you step into grace, and you receive His grace, and you recognize that His grace is greater than all my sins. His grace is greater than all my mess ups there. His grace is greater than anything I'll ever mess up. And His grace, if I can just step fully into the grace of Jesus, you'll find out that these seasons begin to merge. Think about this. This is what Joseph found. Now, Joseph, you could put down like 512 seasons he went through in his story. There was a season of whatever. But there were plenty of them. But when he got to this place with his brothers, they were all together. It wasn't like that was that. No, that was for this. I went to the pit and was sold into slavery for this day. They're the same. This was God's plan. That wasn't you deciding to hurt me, and Potiphar's wife deciding to hurt me, and the cupbearer deciding to betray me. No, this was God working my life plan from there to there. It's one event. It's all the same. That happened, so this can happen. You'll find out that you're not just living today, but you're living in eternity. You're living yesterday, today, and tomorrow all at the same time. It's God's plan. I'm in Christ. I'm in His grace. It doesn't matter what that was. Whatever that was is working good for what this is and what's to come.
Very good.
Okay, there's a verse. I know you're looking at me like, I don't know if I agree with that. There's a verse. Amos 9:13. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when the plowman will overtake the reaper. Okay, get this. We're doing the seasons thing, right? We're sowing seed in the spring. It's growing in the summer. We reap it in the fall. Seasons. A season of planting, a season of growing, a season of harvest. No, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when the person plowing the field, he's plowing and the reapers are still in the field gathering the harvest. It's just all going to happen together. The plowman will overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him who sows the seed. Now, Amos 9:13 in the Message. Things are going to happen so fast your head will swim. One thing fast on the heels of the other. You won't be able to keep up. Everything will be happening at once, and everywhere you look, blessings. Blessings like wine pouring off the mountains and hills. I'll make everything right again for my people. Finally, when we get to this place of living in God's grace, to where it doesn't matter, you get to this place, this is where those scary footsteps that have been following you all your life finally catch you. Your past catches up with you. Now you've seen the shows where when the footsteps finally show up, it wasn't scary at all. It was their mother.
What? Really?
And she's bringing them cookies. Or whatever. It was on the Brady Bunch. Marcia was so scared because she was in the house by herself, and she was so scared because it was at night and she was by herself and she heard noises, and then when they finally opened the door, it wasn't scary. It was her mother with cookies. See? This is what it's like when your past really, I made that story up. It's not really an episode of the Brady Bunch. Don't look at it. It's what it is when your past really, really, really catches up with you and you begin to live out the truth of what your past was all about. You'll find out that your past was really there to give you the present and the future that God has for you. It might have hurt. It might not have been easy. You might have been through some hard times, and you might have thought God was nowhere around when it happened. But the footsteps that you've been running from all this time, you find were bringing you greater blessings.